Okay, so I played Corepunk now to level 10 on a ranger, and I wanted to give my impressions so far. Probably one of the few non-sponsored videos on YouTube, because everything I've seen so far about the game, they're all getting paid to say it, so you don't know whether it's right or not what they're saying. They're going to be a bit biased as to, to the plus side, even if they've got really negative points. So here's my view. Obviously, I've not been sponsored, but so basically, when you start off down here. You start off right at the bottom here, and as you see on the map at the moment, you've got NPCs highlighted. This is the main town here, but none of this will be. All you'll have when you first start is just basically this map here, and that's where it'll look like. There'll be nothing in it. And to uncover the NPCs, you've got to discover the NPCs, and basically you've got to talk to every single NPC to see if they've got a quest, and they've all got a shop. And if you don't discover them, you might get a quest that asks you to visit such and such an NPC. But if you've not, basically, you've got to basically uncover the whole map to make sure you've not missed an area or a building, or like Greta Grubbs, if you didn't go this way. But each quest will lead you. For the first ones, each quest leads you to the next one. But the thing about the game is, even though they've got the NPCs highlighted now in the game as you uncover them, when you pick a quest up, there's literally you've got a clue in the game as to where to go. But if I just get rid of the map there, I'll just show you like a typical explanation of the quest. I think in the game they could do with either put some kind of marker, or even a vague marker somewhere where to head for, or make sure the description of in the journal, make sure it actually gives you a bit more direction as to where to go. Because if you look at, say that for instance this quest here now, search the house south of nearest shop, then find an abandoned house southwest of Dr. Bloomberg. Now that one gives you a bit of a clue. So then this one here, find gnats lurking in the field and collect their wings. So you've basically, in this game, you've just got to run about, and what you've got to do really in the game is you run about, and if you come across some gnats somewhere in the game, what you've got to do then is you've got to get a pin and say, I'm here now and I've discovered some gnats. You've got to put in a name it gnats, enter, there'll be a marker there, and if you want to alter it or delete it, that's what you've got to do. But my advice was, if you do play this game, is you come across something that you've not come across before, is to put a pin there and mark it. Otherwise you're not going to remember all the different things for various quests. And because the quests are so vague, what's this one here? See this? Head north to the welfare kitchen in Goldenfield. When you knew, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't have a clue where that was. So a lot of the quests, let's look. Use the trade skill to craft a scar rune. That's not so bad. Plant wheat in the holes around the maize fields. You just wouldn't know where to go. So it could do with a bit more direction. And in the game, moving about is extremely slow. So you're getting confused by the quest, and if you're running about and you can't find anything, everything's so slow. It's not just that the game pace is slow; it's just that getting from A to B is slow. So it can be kind of frustrating. You're trying to find something, you just want to, well, where the hell's this? Where the hell's that? And I think most people just end up YouTubing it or going to a wiki or something. And trying to find out. But apart from that, like when you first start off in the game, you start off, you've got your bow, and then you've got these 6 slots here that are empty when you first start. And as you do manage to do quests, you'll get rewards for various things. Like this gives you extra health, this gives you extra health, and you can get different gear scores. Gear score 9, gear score 10. This is for mana. You get to choose from like 6 of them, and you put what you want in. Then you've got attack power. That makes you more powerful. Basically, in this game, that is your gear, really. Because your gear on your character, I'll show you. The gear on your character is just cosmetic. You know, like I'm level 10 here. I've not got hands. You get rewarded them in quests and stuff, and you can craft them. And there's an in-game shop that you can buy cosmetics from as well. But your gear doesn't mean anything. It's just what you loot like. Your stats come from these artifacts and from masteries. Let's have a look where the masteries are. That's the crafting. That's that. You've got these masteries here that you can work your way through as you level up. You can, and then you've also got. Those your masteries. Oh, and you've got these as well as you level up. You get to pick your weapon masteries. You pick them, put points into them, and so you only get, and then your talents. Obviously a map, but basically you only get like 3 basic powers. So as you level up, you unlock these slots, and then I think you get to about level 8. Then you get this ultimate one, and then you've got to get these 2, which are universal for any characters in game. And this is to get yourself some free mana and some free health, because the only way of there's no mana and health. There's no way in the game of building your mana and health up naturally. You don't have like a heal over time or recover mana over time. It stays. If you do get damaged, the damage stays until you heal. Now, you'll get some campfires from quests to start you off, but after that, you've got to do a load of logging, collect matches, and learn how to make campfires in the game. And you go through loads of them. So I think logging in the game is, pretty much mandatory, because that's the only way you can get the wood to make the campfires. And the other way to heal up is cooking. So if you look in the game, cooking, basically, cooking. You don't have to build cooking. You just level cooking up by making things. Now the other ones, like the gathering, like I'm doing logging, and basically when you're leveling up your gathering professions, you've got a total of 100%. So what I mean is, like, you can't have 100%. If you get to say 50% in 2 of them, and then you keep logging will reduce the other one that you've got at 50%. So the lowest one in gathering will lower down the first. So if you keep doing logging all the time, it'd be 100%, but then you can't have anything in anything else. You can only have 100% in that category, like gathering or crafting. The thing you can do, what I'm aiming to do right now, is like you craft it. I'm doing logging, but then you can choose to lock it off. So when it gets to 100% proficiency or whatever you want to do, say 80 of this, 20 of something else, and then you can lock it off so that it doesn't alter. You see that there. Do you want to lock the efficiency of these professions? Yeah. Well, when you click that, it'll lock it off, and basically whatever you do, whichever gathering you do, doesn't affect. It won't go down one, up one. It'll just stay locked at that. And the same for the crafting professions as well. That's the same. You can only have 100% in the crafting or the gathering. They are both separate. And then the other thing to do then, that's the actual gathering and the crafting. And then you go up, as you can see there, you've got newbie, journeyman, craftsman, and you unlock as you go along. But how you unlock the second category in the bottom is by actually crafting something in the logging. So you get recipes from the vendors. So logging, collecting the stuff, gives you experience, so you get that to say 100%. But then you become journeyman, you know, you become newbie journeyman crafter. You do that by actually crafting recipes in the logging profession. So I think that's about all for now, but it just gives you a general idea of what it's like to play Corepunk. It is. I know a lot of people are saying like, "Oh, I think I'll play Path of Exile instead," but Corepunk is nothing like Path of Exile. The only thing about the same is they're both isometric, but Corepunk is like gathering, crafting, doing quests, very slow, methodical, and it's up to you whether you think there's an end game in it. But Path of Exile is just like basically you aim to be a one-man Zerg, you know. But this game is more about getting together and doing things with friends. And Path of Exile is just Zerg, Zerg, Zerg. So anyway, I hope this helped. And if you're on fence about whether to buy it or not, maybe this give you a bit of insight. Okay, thank you.